Google is still weathering the fallout after its AI image generator, Gemini, produced misleading and inaccurate suggestions like a female pope, for instance, and racially diverse Nazis. The company's CEO even admits they got it wrong. Critics also accuse Google's chatbot of political bias. Here to weigh in is Kris Ruby, digital consultant and CEO of the Ruby Media Group. Kris, thank you. What is going on with this artificial intelligence? Google seems to run the world, but when you ask it for some pictures of founding fathers of America, they got it way wrong.
Yes, they did get it way wrong. And so what is going on is that they are really pulling from safety data that is at least, in my estimation, 4 years old. Part of the problem is when we talk about AI safety, it's a code word for censorship. And inside of a model, you can have different labels for safety or for toxicity. In this case of Gemini, how toxicity was defined is not at all neutral. Furthermore, if you're looking at how toxicity was defined 4 years ago, that is not going to be remotely the same as how toxicity is defined today. We have a few different issues here. And one is that if you don't have an updated version of toxicity, that's a way to basically corrupt the model in a data set and corrupt the outputs that you're seeing. So the issue of the outputs is the input rules. And when people are saying, draw me this photo, what they don't see is the parameters and the rules that dictate what is allowed to be made and what isn't.
The old expression, garbage in, garbage out, comes to mind. Dario Amode knows a thing or two about artificial intelligence. Here's his optimistic prediction. He says there is a 10 to 25% chance that AI technology could destroy humanity. But if that doesn't happen, he said, it'll go not just fine, it'll go really, really great. That's hardly encouraging, I guess.
Well, it's the truth. And I would estimate that to be much higher, actually. The way in which AI can destroy humanity is through job displacement or at scale. You're going to have AI putting a lot of people in the creative industries completely out of work. And we need to offload those people so that they have other opportunities. Obviously, the New York Times versus OpenAI lawsuit is going to be incredibly important if it sets a legal precedent for possible royalties for creators. What's going to happen in the future where there's a do not train button? We need a do not train button on the entire world right now. We need to step back and say, wait a second, is this right for humanity? Because I think the real danger, at least with Gemini, is that when you change historical facts, you're changing history, you're changing the record. And that is really where Google got it wrong. They cannot over-optimize with ideologically skewed filters for today that they want to put on historical records from yesterday. And if we don't understand the past, we'll never understand the future.
Good point. Kris Ruby, good to have you on. Thank you, Kris.